Hey, this is Adam Torres, and I'm here to tell you that it has never been easier to start your very own podcast. At Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories that matter. That means we want to help you start your podcast because your story matters. We can do this in 3 different ways. 1, join our podcast school and take a free or paid course. 2, visit our resources page where we've already figured out what you need, such as where to host your podcast. Or 3, heck, we can even do everything for you through our podcast agency, including editing for cheaper than you can do in-house. Oh, and no contracts, services month to month. Get started by heading over to missionmatters.com and click on Start a Podcast. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Fitness Podcast, your source for all things fitness. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Austin Marks on the line. He's co-founder and CBDO over at Meta Nutrition. Austin, welcome to the show.
Hey, Adam. Thanks for having me.
All right, Austin, so I'm excited to get into Meta Nutrition, and I know you have a promo going on in the month of October, but before we get into that, I want to go a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started really in your career and on this path?
Yeah, so I think like many other entrepreneurs, I come from a family that was entrepreneurs as well. So growing up, all my direct family members, aunts and uncles, all had their own company. And so ever since I could work, besides a couple restaurant jobs, this is what I've been doing my entire adult life. So this was the next thing on the list, and here we are.
I love it. It's a great story. And, there's some other, entrepreneurs that maybe aren't quite as far down the line as you, right? So maybe they're still working on their first concept or trying to get that first thing going. I mean, what kind of advice would you give to those newbies that are really just getting started?
Oh, you just need to go and do it. That is the most important thing. I think so many people are afraid that, they're going to run out of money or they're not going to have anything to fall back on. But I think it's that fear that keeps people held back so much. You need to put all your effort into what you're doing, into anything you're doing, even if it's a regular job. But that is just so important for a startup because as a founder, you will just be told no thousands of times. And you need to be able to get back up and just keep going with it. It is so important.
Man, that's well said. You're firing me up over here, Austin. I'm like, you're right. You got to just keep doing it. Ignore the naysayers, as Arnold would say. I love it. This is good.
Absolutely.
So let's spend some time on Meta Nutrition. So tell us a little bit more about the company and your vision for it.
Yeah, so Meta Nutrition, it's gone through a few forms, but essentially at the core of it, we provide meal plans. It is an automatic diet plan generator. And so what we do is you come onto our online platform and you input some information about yourself, your body information. You tell us about your food preferences, your food restrictions, your diet, all that sort of good stuff. And then we dynamically give you meal plans to follow. Our goal is essentially to make eating easy and fun, because so many people, especially in the fitness communities, when they're trying to lose weight or put on muscle, a lot of the time they get in these stagnant diets and they don't know how to change it up or what to do. And so we wanted to solve that issue and just tell people what to eat and give them a ton of variety.
That's awesome. And can you give us a little bit, take us through the user experience. So let's just say I'm going on there. I'm like, I'm listening to this right now. I'm listening to Austin. I'm like, I need some help with this. So now I'm going to the platform. And walk us through the user experience.
Yeah. So when you first land on the web app, it's a quick 4-step sign-up process where you just tell us a little bit about yourself, your gender, height, weight, body fat percentage, and a couple other biometrics. And then when you first land on the platform, the most important thing to us, like we said, is the diet. So when you first land on the platform, we already have all your information now. And all you have to do is click one button, and it will generate your first day worth of meals. And so right there, then, you'll get your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. and you'll see all the calories and macro information, micro information for that. And it's just as easy as that. And you have it there, and you can cook it and you can track it, because tracking is obviously a huge thing as well in the community. So we wanted to make that part integrated in. So you have your meal, you can cook it up, and then click I ate that, and it's right there in your journal for you, so you can monitor your progress. It's just like that.
So Austin, what kind of feedback have you gotten from the users that are currently using the product?
Yeah, that's a great question. So features of our users is the ability to change your diet on demand. So I've been a vegetarian for 8 years, and a lot of the inspiration for this product for me came from a user standpoint, because I had so much trouble knowing what to eat as a vegetarian to make sure I was getting enough protein and all that. So what we do is we enable people right in their account to go there and say switch from a paleo diet to a vegan diet. And it's just as simple as you select vegan or whatever other diet you want. You already have all your goals and targets in there. And then once you do that, you go back to your meal plan and you regenerate it, and it will have all your new food items updated, so you can still hit those goals, but now as a vegan. And people love that, because we already support 6 diets, and we're just going to keep adding more and more.
That's awesome. So what are I want to get into this deal and this promotion that you have working in October. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so as everyone knows, the holidays is coming up, and this is a really big time for a lot of people, and we just want to give more people the opportunity to use our pro features for free. And so we have a special deal going on for the Mission Matters podcast listeners. The promo code is Mission50, which will give you access to the platform for a month. And really, the pro features, we do offer a lot with our free service, but the pro features will just you'll be able to increase your game to the next level. You know, for our pro, you're going to be able to generate meals for months in advance, so you can plan and schedule accordingly like that. You'll have an enhanced daily target system. You'll have all these other fun little bits that'll really help. So yeah, that's what we have to offer for the listeners of today's podcast.
Perfect. So Austin, if somebody does want to follow up, what's the best way for people to get on the platform, to learn more, give us the site again, all that other good stuff?
Yeah, so the actual web platform itself, you can find at app.metnu, metnu.com, and you can contact us through channels on our website, which is just metnu, metnu.com.
Perfect. Well, Austin, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great stuff that you're doing to really help, people with their dieting and planning. So I think it's really cool. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Fitness, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Austin, thanks again for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.